That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Before this, but now I'm gonna just react to some stuff because it's very interesting, man. Shout out to Zack D Films. It just comes up with the craziest concepts, and I just wanted to react to a couple of the videos. So yeah, which one? I'll start right here.
As the heavy ball rolled over them, the landmines would explode. It would be built from nearly 200 bamboo arms with large plates on the ends. A tracker in the center would guide it across minefields, and its weight would detonate the mines buried underground. It could handle the force of several explosions before it needed to return for repairs. This ball could replace those who risked their lives doing this job. As the heavy ball rolled over them, the landmines would explode.
What would this man be talking about, bruh?
He opened the package and pulled out a sleek-looking headset with no branding, only a QR code. He scanned it, downloaded the game, and hit launch. He hesitated for a moment, but decided to put on the headset. Immediate bright flashes filled his vision, a loud, deafening tone, then everything went black. He woke up on his floor, dying of thirst and hopelessly confused. His phone buzzed and he picked it up. 55 missed calls, hundreds of texts. He looked at the date. 2 days had gone by. He scrolled through the messages. Please turn yourself in. How could you? Why?
What?
His mom's message read, I still love you, but you have to go to the cops. One message included a video link. He clicked it. It was him, lighting a house on fire. He was committing multiple terrible crimes. But when he turned to get the headset, it was gone, along with his computer. Sirens approached. Red and blue flooded his room, heart beating out of his chest. His eyes caught the back door, and he decided to run.
So the police. So he did what he did. He was knocked out for 2 days, and the police just happened to come right when he woke up. And he woke up in the same. He woke up in the same place. You know what I'm saying? He woke up in the same place where he already was.
When he saws through the assistant, you would expect blood and guts to spill onto the floor. But when the box is placed over her, the magician blocks her feet from the view of the audience. And within a few seconds, the assistant pulls her legs up and squishes her whole body into the first half. At the same time, her feet are replaced with remote-controlled ones in the second half. And when the saw blade comes down, it looks like she's being sliced in half, with the legs wiggling, but the blade never actually touches her. When he saws through the assistant, you would expect blood and guts to spill onto the...
You mean they don't really cut him in half? That's funny.
If your mouth was permanently sealed shut, doctors would insert a tube through your nose, going all the way down to your stomach. Then liquid food would flow through the tube and straight into your gut. Now, since you can't breathe through your mouth, your nose would have to take over. But if it got clogged, doctors would cut a small hole in your neck and insert a tube. This would allow air to go straight into your windpipe, so you could breathe without using your nose. Eventually, they would make an incision in your torso and place a permanent feeding tube directly into your stomach. If your mouth was permanently sealed...
Oh, Lord. Well, oh, my goodness. This is some different stuff. This is a bit different.
If your kitten grew to the size of a tiger, you might think it would be cute, but it would weigh over 600 pounds, and unlike a wild animal, it wouldn't be afraid of you. A single pounce would be enough to shatter your ribcage, and a gentle bite would crush your bones. As it played, it would bat your head like a toy, breaking your neck, and when it got tired, it could curl up on your chest, slowly choking you to death. If your kitten grew to the size of a tiger...
Yo, so I know a cat person, and I want to send that to them, but I know, like, I would be blocked.
If you jumped out and aimed for a giant trampoline, you might think it would bounce you hundreds of feet back up into the air. But in reality, hitting the trampoline at that speed would feel like slamming into concrete. The force would cause the fabric to rip instantly, and the springs and metal poles would bend and snap from the impact. You wouldn't even bounce, you just crash straight through to the ground.
Wow.
If you jumped out,
I did not know that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Zack D Films.
if you pulled out your femur and got a splinter from it, would your body reject it like a normal splinter? Well, the bone is made up of your cells, meaning your immune system wouldn't see it as a foreign object. Instead, it would become part of your finger as your skin grew around it. And if it was really small, your body would start to break down the bone cells. These would be absorbed into your blood, meaning the splinter would totally disappear. If you pulled out your femur and got a splinter from it, would your body reject it?
Your bones become splinter.
Nurses would shine a lamp on the baby's skin through a stencil with its initials. This lamp would gently burn the letters onto the baby, leaving a faint glowing mark that looked like a secret code. It let nurses quickly match each child with their mom, avoiding accidental mix-ups in the chaos of the nursery. But it never caught on, since a soft reusable bracelet did the same thing without burning the baby. Nurses would shine a lamp on the baby. As it stepped onto the pressure plate, the weight would set off a spring-loaded trigger. This would fire a gun, sending a bullet straight at the rodent. The sound would alert the owner that the trap had gone off, so they could dispose of the mouse and reset the trap. But if a person accidentally stepped on it, the bullet would shoot them in the foot, which is why this device never really caught on.
Yikes.
As it stepped onto
Yikes.
If you stuck a long sword out of a car aiming for a tree, the sword would obviously snap and rip from your hands. But what if the sword is unbreakable, you have an indestructible grip, and your body is physically immovable? Well, the force would then transfer to the car. It would screech to a halt as the sword hits. But what if the car can't stop and is forced to keep moving? Now the tree should split in half. But if the tree is indestructible too, with no way to break, bend, or stop, the energy has nowhere to escape. Would this unleash a massive shockwave as powerful as a nuclear explosion? Or worse, something reality itself isn't equipped to contain? If you stuck a long
Interesting.
The whale swallowed the man and his kayak whole. Before he could react, he was inside the whale's mouth, surrounded by darkness and thick, slimy rows of teeth. For a few terrifying moments, its massive jaws closed, trapping him inside. Then, just as suddenly, the whale spit him back out, and the man swam away completely unharmed. The whale swallowed the
I be thinking about this stuff, bro. I got the last couple ones and then we out of here. I might react to a couple TikToks.
As she took the photo, a shotgun shell suddenly exploded from the camera. The pellets lodged themselves into the woman's leg, and the photographer was immediately arrested. Police questioned her and were shocked by her story. You see, her boyfriend had given her the camera, telling her to follow a jewel thief. He said it would take X-ray images, revealing the stolen gems. But the thief was actually the man's ex-wife, and she didn't steal any jewelry. The man was tracked down by police and killed in a shootout, and his ex-wife lost her leg to the injuries. As she took the
Lord, have mercy. Oh, that's crazy.
When you rub a balloon on your head, tiny electric charges move to your body, giving you the power to zap your friends. But how big would the balloon have to be for you to make lightning? Well, if the balloon was the size of a car, it would only power a flashlight for a second. Grow it to the size of a mansion, and you could actually charge your phone. But you would need a balloon the size of Earth, rubbed across your head millions of times just to make a single lightning bolt. When you rub a balloon on your
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. I'm going to react to these TikToks and then we will be out of here. I said, care about you. I said, care about you. I care about you. me see.
Let's hear it for the band.
Okay. All right. Hey, yo. Because of music. But yeah. The other one was crazy. You all take care of yourselves, man. Y'all have a great Father's Day. If you lost your father or don't know your father or have a strained relationship with the father, I hope that you get through the day smoothly and things of that sort. If you know your dad and you got your dad's number and your dad's still around, hit up your father, spend some time with him, hang out with him, let him know you appreciate him, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all the fathers out there. Salute to all the active fathers out there that I got subscribed to the channel. Y'all boys keep doing y'all thing. And yeah, I think that's all I got. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good day, have a good evening, have a good night. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. My name is Rashad Milligan. This is the Road to 5K subs. I will see you all tomorrow.
that steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.